be prepared. The world you knew before today no longer exists. Most people don't realize it, but today is not just another day. March 20th might look like any other date on the calendar, but if you're even slightly tuned in, you can feel it. The energy is shifting. Something is unlocking. Because today, three powerful events collide at once. A convergence so powerful that it will send ripples through your reality whether you're aware of it or not. Some will rise with it. Others will be left wondering what happened. And if you've been feeling strange physical symptoms lately, like buzzing energy, headaches, or restlessness, keep watching. Because there's one specific reason why this could be happening to you right now. I'll break it down later, so stick around. But first, you need to understand what's really happening today. Because this isn't just an astrological shift, it's a cosmic doorway that only a few will walk through. When three cosmic forces align, they open a portal you can't ignore. Today marks the Equinox, the sun's entrance into Aries, and the Astrological New Year. On their own, these events are already powerful. But when they collide on the same day, they create something far bigger than the sum of their parts. This isn't just a new season or a zodiac shift. This is an energetic gateway. But why does this matter? Because we let these special days roll by without harnessing their potential. We lean on routine, resist change, and miss the moment. Yet while these events are all related, there's a deeper meaning to each of them. You're not imagining it. The energy today is real, and it's working through you in ways you may not fully understand yet. Each of the three celestial forces at play is shifting something inside of you. Let's break it down. The spring equinox brings you back into balance. For the first time in a long time, the internal war quiets. The noise fades. The doubts that once felt overwhelming, they begin to dissolve. It's like the universe is pressing reset on your mind, your emotions, your entire energetic field. You feel brief moments of clarity where time seems to slow just long enough for you to breathe, to realign, to remember who you are. Then comes the Aries sun, igniting something in you that you can't ignore. There's a fire now, stirring in your gut, a hunger, a restless energy that's making you question everything, your choices, your direction, your entire existence. You might feel impatient, like you've been sitting still for way too long. That's because this moment isn't about waiting, it's about movement. This is your spark. Without it, nothing begins. And finally, the Astrological New Year delivers the blueprint. The fog lifts. The bigger picture comes into focus. You start seeing the threads of your life weaving together. Things that once felt random now reveal themselves as part of the plan. You might not have all the answers yet, but one thing is clear. You're not where you were yesterday. This is your map. Without it, you're lost. These three forces are live. You didn't ask for this, but your name is being called. Something inside you feels different today. Maybe it's subtle, like a whisper in the back of your mind, or maybe it's hitting you like a wave you never saw coming. Either way, there's no denying it. Something is shifting, and it has everything to do with you. You might not have planned for this, but that doesn't matter. The energy moving through the cosmos isn't waiting for permission. It's unlocking something in you, an old knowing, a deep responsibility, a force that has been lying dormant until now. People are gravitating toward you, seeking your presence, your words, your energy. At first, you might not understand why, but there's a reason they're turning to you. There's a reason you feel this stirring in your core. this magnetic pull to step forward. It's not just a phase, it's an initiation. The Aries sun has no patience for hesitation. It's not here to ask, it's here to command. And the Astrological New Year? It's the turning of a page, whether you're ready to read the next chapter or not. This isn't about waiting for the perfect moment. That moment is now. The world is shifting, and it needs those who can see beyond the illusion, those who are willing to rise. You're not being asked, you're being summoned, so you have a choice. Step up or be dragged forward anyway, because ready or not, your role in this is already unfolding. You've been in training, now you're being issued new gear. Everything you faced, the struggles, the betrayals, the moments of doubt, they weren't just random obstacles. They were initiations. Every test you endured was shaping you, preparing you, forging something stronger within you. And today, the reward arrives. It's subtle at first, a feeling that something has shifted. The weight you've been carrying, lighter, the energy around you, different. You walk into a room, and for the first time in a long time, you don't absorb the chaos. It moves around you, unable to touch you the way it used to. Something inside has been reinforced. A shield you didn't even realize was being built. And with it, something else emerges. A clarity. That person who used to drain your energy, their words don't sink in anymore. That situation that used to send you spiraling, it barely scratches the surface. You are no longer as vulnerable as you once were. The wounds of the past have closed, and in their place, resilience. The universe has armed you for the next chapter. You're not going in unprepared. Because this isn't just about protection, it's about activation. The same energy that once overwhelmed you is now fuel. The same chaos that once shook you is now beneath you. You're moving differently now, standing taller, stepping forward, not as someone who's just trying to survive, but as someone who knows exactly who they're becoming. Right now, we stand at the 0 point of Aries, the cosmic reset button. The old zodiac cycle has closed its final chapter, and with it, every energetic pattern, struggle, and lesson from the past 12 months is dissolving. This is the rare moment when you can lay everything down, but only if you choose to. Some people won't notice. They'll keep carrying the old burdens like a second skin, out of habit, more than necessity. Regret becomes familiar. Guilt feels safe. But you can feel the shift, the invitation. It's asking you to set it all down, the heaviness, the old labels, the outdated stories you've told yourself about who you are and what you're capable of. And here's the thing, you don't need to drag the weight of an expired version of yourself through this new doorway. What are you still carrying from the past year? Step into the new year weightless. This isn't just a new chapter. It's not even a new book. This is a whole different library, filled with stories you've yet to imagine. But you can't enter that space holding on to what doesn't belong anymore. This portal is open, but you can't walk through holding the past in one hand and the future in the other. You have to choose. And when you do, when you step across this threshold free of all that old weight, you'll feel it immediately. A lightness you forgot existed, a clarity you thought you'd lost, a pulse in your chest, steady and sure, telling you this is it. This is where it all begins again. Because this isn't just a cycle resetting, it's you resetting. Remember when I said if you've been feeling headaches or weird energy in your body, there's a reason for it? This could be it. This isn't just energy, it's physical. It's humming through your system, shifting something deep inside. You don't just sense it, you feel it, a buzzing under your skin, like static before a storm, a lightness in your limbs, but also a weight, like your body is grounding itself against something unseen. Some moments, it's subtle. Then there's the thirst. Not just for water, though you might find yourself drinking more than usual, but something deeper, a pull, an ache, like your entire being is reaching for something it doesn't yet have words for. Sleep feels different too. Maybe you wake up at odd hours. Maybe your dreams are more vivid, layered with symbols, memories, things that feel important, even if you can't quite piece them together. And then there are those fleeting moments where time seems to slow, your thoughts go quiet, and you can almost feel something shifting, like the air itself is charged with a new kind of energy. Your body knows before your mind does. It's syncing, recalibrating, preparing. You're adapting to something bigger, whether you realize it or not. These sensations aren't random. The Earth's field is shifting, and if you're sensitive, if you're tuned in, you're picking up on it in real time. It's like an upgrade, a new frequency downloading into your system. Not everyone will notice, but for those who do, it's undeniable. And here's the thing, this isn't just happening to you. It's happening for you. Every signal, every pulse, every restless moment is your body adjusting, unlocking, aligning with what's next. You don't have to fully understand it. You just have to notice it. Because the more aware you are, the more you can work with it, instead of resisting it. This is a shift, and you're already in it. And here's something important to remember. What you're feeling could be linked to the energy of the equinox, or it could be something else entirely. Always trust your intuition. And if you ever feel uncertain about what you're experiencing, it's okay to check in with a health professional. You know your body best. You have one day to spark your new reality. Right now, the energy is raw, untamed, and alive. It's not just floating around, waiting for you to notice. It's pressing against you, daring you to move, to act, to decide who you're becoming. This is not a time for overthinking. It's a time for stepping forward before your mind finds an excuse to hesitate. You can feel it. That pulse, that charge in the air, like something is just waiting to be unlocked. You either take control of it now, or let it slip away. Because here's the truth. Energy like this doesn't linger. It peaks, it surges, and then it fades, leaving behind only the choices you did or didn't make. Right now, in this exact moment, the doors are open. You are standing at the threshold of a new cycle, your new cycle, and the universe is watching for a signal, a move, a declaration that you're ready to step through. Every action you take today carries 10 times the power, rippling further, weaving itself into the path ahead. But here's what most people do. They wait. They hesitate. They convince themselves they have time, that they'll figure it out later. And then later comes, but the momentum is gone. The clarity is lost. And they wonder why they're stuck in the same patterns, the same cycles, over and over again. Not this time. Not for you. Today is not just another day, it's the moment you set your world in motion. That thing you've been putting off, the idea that's been lingering in the back of your mind, the change you know you need to make, this is the time to do it. Send the message, make the commitment. Take the first step, no matter how small, and watch what happens next. Because after today, the energy shifts, the window narrows, and the moment you have right now will be gone. Will you take it? The blueprint for your next year is already uploading. This is the real reset, not January 1st, not some man-made resolution date. This is the universe handing you your next chapter. The roadmap, the coordinates, the instructions coded into your very being. And right now, whether you realize it or not, you are downloading it. The signs are everywhere. A sudden idea that feels too big, too ambitious, yet refuses to leave your mind. A name pops up, someone from your past, someone unexpected. A conversation shifts in a way you didn't anticipate, and suddenly you feel it. A pull, a knowing, like the universe just slipped you a message disguised as coincidence. And then there's the gut feeling, that unmistakable sense that something is aligning, but you can't quite put it into words. If you're still watching, I'd like to thank you for your attention. If you enjoyed the content and want to see more, please consider clicking the subscribe button. Your support is very appreciated. Feel free to share your experiences or thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, take care and subscribe for more insightful content.